Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss a new topic together. It is about the quantifiers. The quantifiers. So, what are the quantifiers? So, quantifiers, they are nouns or words which are used at the beginning of the noun. So, it is a word. We put it before a noun to express the amount, the amount الكمية or the degree أو درجة الشيء. So, first of all, we have to talk about nouns. So, we have two types of nouns according to the number. Countable nouns and uncountable nouns. الأسماء countable المعدودة and uncountable nouns والغير معدودة. How to differentiate between them? كيف بدنا نفرق بيناتهم؟ The countable nouns, first of all, they can be counted. نستطيع عدهم. يعني I can say an apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, a school, 2 schools, 3 schools, 10 schools, and the same for the word picture. Also, countable nouns, they can take singular or even plural verbs. بتاخد أفعال جمع plural verbs. So, on the first example, there is a book on the table. But I can say there are 2 books on the table. So, when I use the plural verb, I can know that this noun is uncountable noun. The same for the second example. Those houses are very big, aren't they? Those houses are. If it is uncountable, لو إنه uncountable حكينا إنه we always use or بنعامل هدول ال uncountable nouns معاملة singular nouns بالنسبة للأفعال. So, uncountable nouns, they cannot be counted. We cannot count sugar, milk, information, water, understanding, time, air. We cannot count them. Always take singular verbs. بالإضافة لأنه ال uncountable nouns الأسماء الغير معدودة they take only singular verbs. مثل ما حكينا تتعامل معاملة المفرد. There is some water in that picture. picture سابع اللي هو الجرة أو الإبريق. Okay, so you can notice that here there is some water, بعض الماء. لكن because it is uncountable we use استخدمنا singular verbs. So here are some examples on the countable and the uncountable. Like countable, like sandwiches, eggs, salad, potatoes, vegetables, carrots. They are all what? They are all countable. We can count them. But for the uncountable, like rice, coffee, salt, cheese, butter, pasta, coffee, flour, sugar, jam, these are all uncountable nouns. أسماء غير معدودة. So, let's see now some of the quantifiers, بعض محددات الكمية. For the countable nouns, بالنسبة للأسماء countable, يعني they can be counted, or they take singular or plural verb. What do we use for them? Many. We use many to express a big amount. عشان نعبر عن a big amount, كمية كبيرة. Like I read many stories about history. Stories. I can say story, a story, 2 stories, 100 stories. So it is a countable noun. هي اسم countable معدود. So we use many. How many eggs? So to ask about the quantity. عشان نسأل عن الكمية. How many eggs? So since eggs, I can say an egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs. So it is a countable noun. اسم معدود. So we use many. How many eggs are there in the fridge? You can notice that here for eggs we use are. استخدمنا are. What about expressing a small amount? كمية صغيرة. We use a few. So for countable nouns عشان أعبر عن كمية قليلة نستخدم a few. There are a few books on the shelf. Few books. We can count the books. نقدر نعد البوكس. So there are a few books on the shelf. I've got a few friends. أنا أمتلك a few friends. القليل من الأصدقاء. So these two quantifiers are used especially for countable nouns. Let's see now the quantifiers in common. خلينا هلا نشوف the quantifiers اللي they are in common. We can use them with countable and also we can use them with uncountable nouns. وكمان بنقدر نستخدمهم مع uncountable nouns. Like some. There are some computers in the room. There are some computers in the room. البعض. A lot or lots of. A lot or lots of. So you have to know that I can't say a lot of. I can't say a lot of. Okay, we can't say a lot of or to add here a before lots of. It is only lots of and a lot of. I have a lot of pencils. I have a lot of pencils. So pencils is a countable noun. اسم معدود. I can count them. 1 pencil, 2 pencils, 4 pencils. So is a countable noun. We use for it a lot of or lots of. There are lots of cars in the parking. طبعا لو إنه cars is an uncountable noun, he wouldn't use. ما كان راح يستخدم لنا are. He would use is. The last tool for the countable is any. Any is used for negative and questions. It is used for negative and questions. Do they have any tickets to the party? So when you ask a question, هل تمتلك أي tickets؟ هل لديك أي سؤال؟ So any بمعنى أي. Okay, we use it for negative في حالات النفي and for the questions في حالات السؤال. Do they have any tickets? Tickets. Countable. I don't have any questions on the lesson. Let's now move